UFC on Fox, number 9. It's going to be a stacked card. We got Josh the Punk Thompson taking on Anthony Pettis. And Carlos Condit stepping back into the cage after that sick fight versus Martin Kampmann, taking on Matt Brown. And we also got Uriah Faber taking on Michael McDonald, who's a serious fast puncher. So I just wanted to say this fight card is stacked. You know, these Fox cards are always good, always amazing, and this one does not disappoint. But the fight I want to talk about now is Chad Money Mendes taking on Nick Lentz, the Carney. And Nick is a formidable opponent for Chad Mendes, and you know, his record is 24-5, and just came off of 3 wins in a row. And he's been fighting. He was fighting on those FX cards in Brazil, so you might not have seen his fights. Took on Diego Nunes, beat him in decision, and you know, his last fight that we saw on the pay-per-view cards was at UFC 150, where he took on Mitsoka, and he knocked him out with punches in the first round. So, you know, Evan Dunham was his fight before that, and he's taking on Chad Money Mendes. And you know, Nick Lentz is tricky, and he's got a lot of submissions, you know, to his name. He's a good stand-up fighter. He's 5'8", and he's down at 145 pounds now. You know, he's down at featherweight. So he's taking on Money Mendes, and Chad is 15-1. And that one loss that I'm talking about, that loss was to Jose Aldo, where he lost in Brazil with that flying knee. But you know, Chad's tough, and the reason I say that is because, you know, for a featherweight, you know, nobody has a build like him. You know, he looks like bigger than a Randy Couture, you know, if he was 205 pounds. And he's got a vicious sprawl, really hard takedown, thick legs, and what I like about him is he's got a ton of power. And, you know, he lost to Jose Aldo in the last second of the first round, but since his comeback with 4 wins in a row. And, you know, a lot of people are saying he deserves a championship fight, but the opponents that he fought weren't up to par. You know, his last fight win was versus Clay Guida at UFC 164, and I love that fight. I'm a big Chad Mendes fan at this point. I'm rooting him on, and I think he's a cool guy also. He's pretty nice. And, you know, 3 first-round knockouts in a row before that. So, you know, even though the opponents might not have been the greatest, Cody McKenzie, that's what I'm pointing to, it's still 3 knockouts in a row. So if he can put Nick Lentz to sleep, you know, in the first round or something, he's getting a title shot. And that'd be pretty sick to see him get in there versus Jose Aldo again. Anyway, guys, what's your opinion on this fight? I'm sorry I blabbered so much on this one. I usually ask you for your opinions earlier, you know, have a little bit more respect. But in this fight, I just wanted to get it out there. That's what I think. Chad Money Mendes all the way. Too hard to take down. He's not going to go on the floor with Nick Lentz. And I think he has more power than Nick. So, I mean, I know he's got more power than Nick. So, I just see him, you know, probably knocking him out. And what's your view on it? Anybody saying Nick's going to win the fight? Let me know, please, in the comments down below. I mean, if you're going to say that, let me know why. I'm sure Chad's the favorite here. But I got to go, guys. So thank you so much for everything. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate it. You know I do. Peace out, guys. See you at the fight.